You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
It may be winter, but some days it kind of feels like spring. Makes you want to go for a drive, kick a few tires, and see all the latest cars and trucks up at Frontline Motors. Frontline Motors has a wide selection of quality used vehicles, from cars to SUVs to trucks, and they're all priced to move. One of them is right for you. Is your next car or truck waiting at Frontline Motors? There's only one way to find out. Drive up Airport Road, take a test drive, and make it yours. Then join the hundreds of other folks who say, I got mine at Frontline. Frontline Motors.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Got you.
And welcome back to Powell, Wyoming, the 3A Regional Basketball Tournament here in Powell. And it is the Lander Valley Tigers against the Worland Warriors in somewhat of a surprise, as the Powell Panthers upset Worland last night by a considerable score. Powell couldn't miss, and Worland couldn't hit anything. Their top 2 scores for Worland were held almost scoreless, and the lid was on tight, and Worland comes into this game now with a 22-2 record, Josh. Ernie Over and Josh Henninger here bringing you the call this afternoon. That was quite a shocker last night.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they figured that it was going to be a close game, but definitely not one where Powell was going to win by 10 points. Looking at the score, Powell beat the Worland Warriors 73-63. Definitely the upset of the tournament, and probably the upset of the year, whereas what was almost unanimous favorites to win state have a possibility of not even qualifying if they lose today to the Tigers.
Well, that's right. So the Tigers, the state tournament berth is on the line in this game. If Lander loses this game, the season is over. And it's been quite an up and down season for the Tigers. They come into this game with a 10-win and 12-loss record, and they went 4-2 in the region, in the quadrant. So they finished second in the quadrant, but Worland was undefeated in the quadrant at 6-0. In the first two games between these two teams, the Warriors defeated Lander in Lander 60-45 on the 2nd of February, and on the 1st of January, or 28th of January, Worland won 63-38. So the Tigers improved a little bit between the first and second games, but they're going to have to really be on the mark tonight.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have to start hot. They're going to have to start strong defensively and see if they can break down some of these taller players that Worland has. They're not only tall, but they're also fast and athletic. A lot of these players that are on the basketball team play multiple sports for Worland, and it shows with the athleticism and speed that all of their players possess top to bottom.
You're listening to the Bailey Enterprises pregame show. Bailey Tire and Auto Service Center in Riverton and the Pit Stop Centers in Riverton, Lander, Worland, and 2 locations here in Powell. We'll be back with a look at our starting lineups right after this.
Knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back to Powell, Wyoming. We'll get started with your Sutherland starting lineups, brought to you by Sutherland's Home Improvement Warehouse, Fremont County's Home Improvement Warehouse. We'll start with the Worland Warriors, who will be in their home uniforms today. Starting for them will be number 1, Brock Dusanis. Next to him will be number 3, Coulter Wyman. Down underneath will be number 4, Joey Anderson. And number 24, Court Gonzalez, who's averaging 13 points a game. Almost all their starters are averaging double digits in points for Worland. And rounding out the starting lineup for them, number 30, Carter Clark, who is the leading scorer for them, averaging 15 points per game. And for your Lander Tigers, they will start number 3, Kellen Donahue, number 4, Jace LeClaire, senior number 11 and leading scorer for the Tigers, Tissa Gwynna. Next to him, or down low on the block, will be number 23, Brendan Stauffenberg, and number 24, Abe Lopez. So you have Donahue, LeClaire, Gwynna,
That's right, yeah.
Stauffenberg, and Lopez will be the starting 5 for the Tigers. So we're just about 15 seconds away. They'll announce the starting lineups, and we'll get ready for a matchup. Ernie, it's one that a lot of us, not only in Tiger faithful, but across the tournament here, one that they were not expecting to see Worland in the consolation bracket.
No, they certainly weren't. I mean, they only lost 1 game all year long, and that was to Douglas early in the season, and then they've rolled since that time. So Worland and Lander will play in the game that just preceded this one. Lyman ran all over Mountain View. It was 51-34 with Lyman winning. So the winner of this game will advance to the state tournament and will play Lyman for 3rd place, and that's at 5:30 this afternoon. The first place game tonight at 8:30 is featuring Powell and Kemmerer, 2 teams that we hadn't thought would probably make it that far.
No.
But they have. Kemmerer has just been outstanding in this tournament. And, of course, Powell last night, they filled this gymnasium. It was a raucous atmosphere. Worland couldn't hit the water from a boat, and Powell did. So this will be an interesting game to see how the Worland Warriors respond after their second loss of the season.
Yeah, definitely one of those where Worland can come out in one of 2 ways. They'll come in that they know they're in a must-win atmosphere, but they also could come out a little bit sluggish and a little bit kind of taken aback because they definitely were not expecting to lose in that matchup against Powell last night.
Well, here we go. The Lander Valley girls will be in the championship game of the 3A West, and that's a game you'll hear right here on KFCW and YO Today YouTube. That will be airtime at 6:45 about, and the game at 7 o'clock, depending on how the other games go here today. We haven't had an overtime game yet, so the schedule's been pretty on time, but there's always room for another one of those. Okay, we have got the stage set. The 10 and 12 Lander Tigers against the 22 and 2 Worland Warriors, and it will be Brennan Stauffenberg in the center jump circle against Coulter Wyman. Looks like Stauffenberg might have I lost my. There we go. Okay, I'm back in. Lost maybe an inch or two on the jump circle. So here we go. There's the tip, and it goes to Worland. Coming away with it is Aaron Dusanis. Dusanis on the near side to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Jory Anderson. Jory Anderson in the paint on top to Brock Dusanis. Dusanis under the basket, puts it up and in. So that's the first basket of the afternoon by the Worland Warriors, and it goes 2-0 Worland. Lander with the basketball. Here's Stauffenberg on the outside to Gwynna, now to Donahue. Donahue back to Stauffenberg. He drives in the lane, puts the shot off the glass and in, and we're tied at 2. Nice drive by Brennan.
That time he found a little bit of space on the near side wing and drives down low, puts it in for 2.
There's on the other end a shot up by Gonzalez, not good. Tip is up, not good. And a whistle, and we're going to have a foul on Stauffenberg over the back. That'll be the first foul on Brennan and the first team foul on Lander, obviously. And going to the free throw line, Carter Clark, averaging 15 points a game for the Warriors. And the shot's not good, so he'll have one more to try to put it in. Worland in their white uniforms with orange letters and numbers trimmed in black. And the second shot is good. Lander in their black uniforms with white letters trimmed in green. Okay, here comes Brennan Stauffenberg down the court. Stops just inside the three-point line over to Abe Lopez now. Lopez almost lost the ball to Jace LeClaire. In the corner, Stauffenberg just outside the arc. He moves across the key, has the ball high above his head off to Donahue. Donahue moves it inside the lane, bounces it back off to Stauffenberg, who backs his way in. Shot is too soft. He gets the rebound and puts it in. Stauffenberg with the first 2 Tiger baskets, and Lander goes up 4-2. Or 4-3, I should say. Here's Worland now with the basketball, Jory Anderson. Jory moves to the left-hand wing, goes over to his partner, Carter Clark. Clark underneath the basket. There's a shot up off the glass, not good. We'll have a jump ball, and it'll go to the Tigers.
The Tigers starting off really good defensively. They're in a man-to-man defense. They're doing a real good job keeping Worland from getting open and getting those shots, and doing a real good job inside with the interior defense in the key.
6 minutes, 5 seconds to go. First period, Lander leading 4-3. Here's Donahue. Donahue on the right-hand wing, drives, turns around, shoots off the glass and in. Kellen Donahue with a nice little move, and Lander goes up now 6-3. Jory Anderson pops a 3 from way outside. It's short. Rebounded by Jace LeClaire off to Gwynna. Gwynna has the ball knocked out of his hands, and it'll go to the Tigers. Last touch by the Warriors. 5:40 to go, 6-3 Lander. First period here at the 3A West. This is the consolation bracket. The loser of this game is out of the tournament, and the winner goes on to state in Casper next week. Here's Gwynna on top of the key, drives in the lane, kicks it back to Stauffenberg for 3. It goes not good. Rebound pulled down by Coulter Wyman. Long outlet pass down to Jory Anderson. Now off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez kicks it on the near side to Anderson for 3. It's good.
That was just really good defense and a good rotation by Gwynna and Stauffenberg. Gwynna came out on the closeout, but he's just a little bit too late. Just a great shot by Anderson.
We're tied at 6. Here's Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg drives, turns, shoots, and scores.
Stauffenberg's hot. He's hit 3 out of his first 4, and all those makes are inside the paint.
And we have a foul going to be called on Jace LeClaire. LeClaire has his first personal foul. He was a little bit too close on the baseline there, traveling down with Carter Clark. So here's the inbounds pass, goes to Court Gonzalez. Gonzalez on top of the key, goes to the right-hand wing to Dusenis. Dusenis moves just underneath the circle off to Jory Anderson. He doesn't shoot the 3. Now it goes over to Carter Clark, back to Jory Anderson. Ball's on the floor. Anderson picks it up. Wyman has it now. Wyman in the middle of the lane. Bounce pass underneath. There's a shot up, and no, not good. Rebound on the floor, and it goes. Worland has it. Whistle. And we have a timeout called by Worland. He was on his knees. You don't see that very often.
No, and everybody in the Lander section is asking for 3 seconds because he was in the paint. How he kept his toes inbounds from hitting the boundary, I still don't know. But he was there on his knees with the ball for about 5 seconds.
Well, Brennan Stauffenberg has 6 points already in the game to lead the Tigers. Kellen Donahue with 2, and that counts for Landers 8 points. 6 points in the game. Brock Dusenis with 2, Jory Anderson with 3, and Carter Clark with 1. So it'll be Worland's ball when time comes back in here in a couple of seconds. And nice turnout of Lander fans here today. They've got a nice student section over there and quite a few parents and friends. Worland, of course, is packed the other side. They're a lot closer to Powell than Lander, and they have a good following here today. Taking the ball out of bounds is Carter Clark for the Warriors. Clark underneath. Oh, nice. Out of bounds to Wyman for 2, and we are tied at 8. That was just too easy for the Worland Warriors. Here comes Donahue down the center court. Off to Stauffenberg underneath the glass. Shoots not good. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for two free throws.
The Tigers are starting out really good, driving inside, getting past the Worland defense. Even though it is man-to-man, they're using what they can to get inside and get the advantage inside the paint. A lot of their points, or all their points, have come inside the paint so far.
First free throw is not good. Stauffenberg readies the second, and this one is good. So it goes 9-8 now. Lander with the lead on our WYO Today media scoreboard. Down court, Gonzalez. Gonzalez' shot is not good. He's tied up underneath the basket, and it'll go to Worland on the alternating possession.
It looks like Stauffenberg got in there for another block for the Tigers on that shot attempt as well.
Here's the inbounds pass. Maybe. There it is to Dusenis. Dusenis, the only player with a beard out here on the basketball floor. He's on the left side, right side, outside. Shots up good, and he is fouled. So he'll have an and one as it goes 10-9. And the personal foul goes on Kellen Donahue, his first, team's third. Dusenis at the line. And it's not good. Rebound by Donahue. Off to Stauffenberg. Underneath, the pass thrown away. Abe Lopez was almost all the way open.
Yeah, Stauffenberg saw him late, and as they did the clear out, Jace LeClaire was set back on the free throw. He was wide open in the corner. Nobody saw him.
Gilmore comes in for the Warriors in place of Wyman. Here's the inbounds pass to Donahue. He launches a 3. No, not good. Rebound by Carter Clark. Clark, long outlet pass to Jory Anderson. Lays it up, and a blocking foul called on Landers. Tisso Gwynna. So Tisso gets his first personal foul, and Jory Anderson with the basket. And now 5 points and an opportunity to get 6. Shots good. 13-10. or 13-9. Worland with the lead. Here comes Donahue down the court for the Tigers in the corner to Jace LeClaire. Over to Abe Lopez. Labe loses the basketball. Turnover, Lander. Down court, there's Dusanis for two.
That time Tigers were caught napping a little bit in transition defense. Off the seal, nobody was back to contest that shot.
Here's Donahue under the basket for two and a nice layup. They gave him the lane. He took it, and it is 15-11. Timeout on the floor, and it will be right back.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Riverton's Hampton.
Back again, it's 15-11. Worland with a 4-point lead, and Josh, the Tigers don't want to let Worland get out in front very much.
No, definitely not, and they're both doing a real good job. Both teams on defense with the man-to-man. Tigers have done a real good job getting inside to getting points. All their points, except for a couple free throws, have been inside the paint and have been within 10 feet. Worland does have a little bit more with their options, but their Tigers doing a real good job not letting them get those outside shots.
2:59 to go in the first period. Worland will have it in the backcourt. Lander putting on a little pressure here as Worland brings it down the court with Carter Clark. Across the timeline quickly. Bounce pass on the left-hand side goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez directing traffic, still on top of the key, over to Dusanis. Dusanis makes a run inside the lane, puts a shot up, it's not good. Rebound comes down to Gilmore, taken away. All the way down court is LeClaire for two.
That time they saw LeClaire as he leaked out. Donahue got the rebound. He cleared it out to LeClaire for 2 points.
It's a 2-point game, 15-13. Worland with the lead. There's a bounce pass in the middle of the lane. Oh, what a nice shot. Going up and scoring is Carter Clark, and it goes 17-13.
And that ball, that inbound play just went off Jace LeClaire's hands out of bounds. That'll be a turnover to the Tigers. Worland will have it on their side of the court, looking to set it in under their basket.
17-13, Worland with the lead. And Bennett Washburn comes in for Jace LeClaire for the Tigers. Inbounds pass, and it's taken away by Washburn. Nice defensive play by Washburn against Landon Gilmore. Here's Tisho Gwynna down court in the lane, puts up the shot and in. Tisho, we haven't seen him do that in a game or two, and it's 2 points.
And that's going to be big for the Tigers if he gets hot and starts making shots.
And the ball knocked away, picked up by Jory Anderson in the backcourt. Anderson over on the near side to Carter Clark. His shot's not good. Rebounded by Kyson McClung. McClung off to Stauffenberg, who will bring it into the forecourt. Brennan in the middle of the paint, drives toward the basket, turns around, and is fouled. He is hammered.
Easy.
Knocked to the ground, and the personal foul is going to be called against Gilmore, his first. That was a pretty hard foul.
Yeah, they got all sorts of pretzeled up and hands and arms all tied up. Stauffenberg went down to the floor. It definitely looked like it was harder than it was. Certainly wasn't intentional. Just everybody got all crossed up.
And the first one not good by Brennan. 17-15, 2-point lead by Worland. 90 seconds to go here, first period of play. Here's Stauffenberg. Shot is not good, and it looks like Washburn might have been in the lane earlier, or was it Worland? Oh, we have a foul on Worland.
Huh?
Well, I didn't see that one, but the foul is on Gilmore. It's his second. So, Tigers have it underneath the Worland basket.
Get it in.
There's the shot in to McClung. McClung in the corner. Stauffenberg for three. Got it!
That boy Brennan. He comes in after the inbound play, sets in the corner, and he knocks his first three down of the contest.
Lander leading now by 18-17. A minute 16 to go. Jory Anderson for three. No, not good. Rebounded by Gonzalez. The shot is blocked. and it goes back in, unfortunately, to Worland. Whistle, and we have a foul on Lander in the paint. And it goes against Bennett Washburn, his first. Not a shooting foul. Lander with 5 team fouls, Worland with 3. Stauffenberg comes out of the game. He's rubbing his head, asking for some water. Here's Carter Clark with the ball for Worland after the inbounds play to Jory Anderson. Anderson all the way lays it up and in.
Yeah, that was just a good drive there by Anderson, seeing that there's a little bit of a lane. Lopez on the other end puts it up and in with the reverse layup.
Abe Lopez, and the Tigers take the lead 20-19. Here's Anderson with 40 seconds to go. Off to Gonzalez, back to Anderson. He faked the 3, drives the lane, and it's no good, and we have a foul underneath on Lander. Well, that was unexpected.
Yeah, super late call, too. They're going to say that one. Who'd they mark it on? I saw 2, but I wasn't sure
if that was 2 shots or whatever.
21.
Jory Anderson at the line. Shot's not good. They call it on Kyson McClung, his first. So Anderson misses the first free throw. Lander leads by 1 and still leads by 1. Whistle and a foul on Worland under the basket. Personal foul is going to go against...
no, they're calling it on Washburn.
Oh, they're calling it on Washburn?
Yep.
Well, that's his second. I thought they pointed at Worland. And now we have Tissot Gwynna asking the official. At the free throw line is Carter Clark, who has 3 points. 1 for 2 at the line. 30 seconds to go. 1 point lead by Lander, and we're now tied.
And that is a 7th team foul for the Tigers, so the Warriors will be in the bonus for the rest of the first half.
Worland with 3 team fouls, Lander with 7. Here's Carter Clark back up to the line for Worland. Got it. So Worland regains the lead at 21-20. We're down to 28 seconds to go. McClung brings the ball down court, and he's fouled now by Carter Clark. Well, that was a close foul. McClung to take it out of bounds. Inbounds to Donahue. Donahue walks it into the forecourt. Now he drives in the corner. Washburn across the lane to Lopez. Now to Gwynna with 12 seconds to go. McClung holding the ball to Gwynna. Gwynna at the baseline, can't shoot. McClung will whistle, and he's fouled, and we'll have a 3-point free throw here.
And that time, Tigers, just like they did all day yesterday, when they're wanting to have it for the last shot, they did play call number 2. It was successful more times than not yesterday, and that time that'll put Kason McClung to the line for 3 free throws with just under 2.5 seconds left.
First one good. And we're tied again at 21. Second free throw by the junior. In and out. No, not good. 1 for 2. Coming out of the game is Gwynna for a little bit of a rest. Jace LeClaire is back in. Next shot by McClung. Good. So he gets 2 of 3. And Lander now leading 22-0. There's a shot at the buzzer that goes in. Holy cow. A shot by number 30, Carter Clark. And Worland leads at the end of 1 period of play, 23-22.
Sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County School Athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Back again, I messed up the score. That was a 3, not a 2, that Carter Clark hit. So it's Worland 24 and Lander 22 as we start the second period of play. Brennan Stauffenberg with 10 points in the game. Kellen Donahue has 4. On the other side, Carter Clark with 8 and Jory Anderson with 7. So Lander has the ball to start the second period of play. And it's Tissot Gwynna. Gwynna on the right-hand side. Over to the left side now in the corner to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg on top to Lopez. Lopez fakes a shot, gives it over to Tissot Gwynna. Tissot back over to Stauffenberg. Far side outside. In the corner, Lopez. Lopez on top to Donahue now. Back over on the other side, it goes to Gwynna. Gwynna across the key to Stauffenberg, back to Gwynna. Gwynna bowl over to Donahue now on the right wing. Donahue over to Gwynna. Gwynna just outside the arc, drives inside to Jace LeClaire, back to Gwynna. Setting up a play here. Here's Stauffenberg over to Abe Lopez for 3, and it is not good. Rebound by Gonzalez. Outlet to DeSantis. Down court, Jory Anderson. Anderson is fouled by Kellen Donahue. His second personal.
Sorry about that, Ernie. That time defensively, Worland switched from man-to-man to a 2-3 zone. And that time, Tigers were having a hard time trying to find an open shot. Had the possession for just over a minute there. And on the return play, Anderson was fouled underneath by Donahue. He'll go line for 2.
And Anderson's free throw is good. He now has 8 points in the game, 25-22. Next free throw coming up, and this one also is good. So he's 2 for 4, 26-22, 4-point lead by the Warriors. Donahue brings it down for the Tigers on the right wing, on top to Stauffenberg. Bounce pass over to Lopez on the left wing. Lopez on top of the key to Gwynna. Gwynna moves back a little bit. Now he moves to the right-hand side. Bounce pass to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg in the lane does a 360, and a foul is going to be called on Worland on Jory Anderson, and that's his first.
And it looks like inside, that's his second foul. It looked like he was behind him and pushing Stauffenberg from behind the column for the foul. Next foul by Worland will put Tigers in the bonus.
Here's the inbounds pass to Stauffenberg, corner, far side, on top to Lopez, to Donahue. Now to LeClaire. LeClaire tries to back his way in, off to Stauffenberg. Shot's good for 3. Brennan Stauffenberg now with 13 points, and it's a 1-point game, 25-26. Worland. Here's Gonzalez in the lane, can't shoot. Fires it out to Tyson Swalstead. Swalstead now over to Weber. Weber to DeSantis. DeSantis just outside the arc. 5:59 to go, first half. Lander trails by 1. Here's DeSantis. Underneath it goes to Wyman. Wyman up and no, not good. Rebounded by Abe Lopez, who had fallen down. He got back up just in time to grab the rebound. Here's Tissot underneath to Jace LeClaire for 2. A great assist that time by Tissot. 27-26. Lander leads by 1. Here's Gonzalez for 3. It's up, it's off, not good. Stauffenberg gets the rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Weber, his first on the rebound attempt.
And that's the 7th team foul for Worland. That puts the Tigers in the 1-in bonus, so any foul committed will put either team in the free throw line for the rest of the first half.
Carter Clark coming back in for Worland, and he replaces Cade Weber. Stauffenberg at the line has 13 points. He's 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Brennan toes the line. Shot Good. 28-26, Lander with the lead.
And Brennan keeping up with this hot start. Looks like Worland takes a timeout. We'll be back after this.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Well, we've got a 2-point lead for the Tigers here in the second quarter with 5:24 to go. The loser of this game goes home, and the winner goes to play for third and fourth and earns a trip to the state tournament.
A lot of pressure on this game. Win and you're in, lose and you're done.
A lot of pressure. Stauffenberg at the line again. Stauffenberg toes the line, eyes the hoop, got it. So he got both of those, and it's 29-26. Lander with a 3-point lead. 5:20 to go, first half. Down court. Here comes the Warriors. Clark gives it off to Anderson. Clark has it in the far side corner. Brings it out, top of the key, Dusanis. Back over to Clark. Clark on top of the arc, launches a three. No good.
That's
Rebound.
over the back.
Whistle. And we have a foul on Worland. A late call, but it was definitely over the back. Foul is on Wyman, his first, and we go to shoot free throws on the other side.
Well, they're getting the calls right. I think they're just still trying to wake up a little bit. They're a little bit delayed.
Yeah, the calls was delayed. Abe Lopez at the line. Abe has 2 points for the Tigers on a basket. Next shot coming up, and it rolls around off. Not good. Dusanis up for the rebound. Off to Clark. Clark all the way down, stops at the baseline, fires it out to Dusanis. To Gonzalez. Near side, Anderson. Anderson in the corner. Gonzalez can't shoot. Back to Anderson. Now Gonzalez fires a three. It's no good. Stauffenberg with the rebound for the Tigers. Off to Tissot Gwena with 4:30 to go here, first half of play. Lander leading by 3, 29-26. Here's Jace Leclerc to Donahue outside. In the corner, far side outside. Now it's Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg at the baseline, can't shoot, but Gwena for a basket. Oh, he found the lane that time, Josh, and went in and got it.
And that time, defensively, number 30 for Worland kind of stopped, like, where'd he go?
And now Dusanis on the other end puts up one. He almost had a dunk there, but not quite. 31-28. There's a turnover by the Tigers. Dusanis has it underneath Gonzalez for two. His first two of the game, and the Lander lead is now won at 31-30.
There you go, Leclerc.
And Jace Leclerc for three. And the Tigers go back out now 34-30. Whistle and a player control foul as Stauffenberg takes the hit under the basket, and the offensive foul is called on 24 on Court Gonzalez. Nice defensive stop by Stauffenberg. 3:29 to go. Lander leading 34-30 on our WYO Today media scoreboard. Inbounds pass to Tissot Gwena to Leclerc from the corner. No, not this time. Rebound will go off Worland. Lander will have it.
And Tigers doing a real good job. They're keeping the pressure to Worland, and I think that Worland isn't used to being in this part where they're trailing.
Here we go. Inbounds pass to Gonzalez. Now over to Leclerc. Leclerc on the right side stops from 15. Shot's not good. Dusanis high for the rebound. 3:10 to go. Lander by 4. Dusanis all the way down. Shot is blocked by Washburn, but he draws the foul. or he commits the foul, I should say. That's the third foul on Washburn.
Yeah.
He's going to have to come out of the game.
I would definitely think so.
Brock Dusanis, averaging 12 points a game, has 6. He's 0 for 1 at the free throw line, and he misses. 3:07 to go. Washburn still in. Stu Mullins shouting some instructions out to his team. Next shot is up. This one's no good. Rebounded by Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg has the ball knocked away underneath to Clark. Clark is blocked by Lopez, who gets the foul. Abe Lopez, first personal foul. Oh, they call it on Stauffenberg?
Yep.
Oh, I sure would have thought that was on Lopez. My mistake. Clark at the free throw line nails it. Well, let me change the scorebook here. And that would be the second foul on Brennan. Clark is 4 for 5 from the line. Has 10 points now as that one goes good. And it's 34-32. Lander with the lead. Here's Gwynna down court to Lopez. Underneath, the ball's knocked away off the backboard. Dusanis picks it up. Tigers had a 2-on-1 break that time. Here's Gonzalez back to Anderson. Anderson giving some directions, tries to muscle his way in, can't. Around the key it goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez at the free throw line, turns around, puts the shot up and in. Gonzalez with his 4th point, and we're tied at 34 with 2:25 to go here, first half of play. And there's a foul. Going to be called on Carter Clark, and that's 3 on Clark.
So right now you got, for Worland, you got Carter Clark with 3 fouls. You got Gonzalez with 2, and who's number 33?
That's Gilmore.
Gilmore, he's got 2 fouls as well for the Tigers. Washburn is 3, Stauffenberg has 2.
Tisso Gwynna makes the free throw. He'll get one more. Tigers go back out on front, 35-34. In a high-scoring first half of play.
Definitely not the torrid pace that we had in the first quarter.
No. Here's Gwynna readying the second shot. Toes the line. Tisso's shot, good. He got them both, and it's 36-34. Here's Jory Anderson over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez on the far side drives the baseline, kicks it out on top, picks up by Anderson. Anderson to Gonzalez, drives the baseline, shot up, and no, not good. Rebound fought for, and Dusanis has it for 2. Well, that ball was just floating around there, and Dusanis was able to pick it up. We're tied. Down court, here's Gwynna. Off to Stauffenberg for 3. No, it's too long. Rebound by Jory Anderson with 1:43 to go. Anderson brings it down off to Gonzalez. Far side outside. Gonzalez now pops it up to Weber for 3. And a foul is called on McClung. It'll be a 2-shot. 39. Going for the extra point here now is Cade Weber. He hasn't been to the line before. Shots in the air, it's good. So he makes the 4-point play, and it's 40-36. Worland with the lead. Down court, a long pass goes out of bounds. Turnover Lander, their 4th of the game. And a timeout called by Lander. 1:29 to go, back after this.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm a minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. at that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could come.
Back again in Powell. Worland leading 40-36. The Warriors have the ball. Now Gonzalez with a wad of paper in his nose. Apparently he had a bleed here just a bit ago. Gonzalez on the far side gives it off to Weber. Now to Jory Anderson. Anderson on the near side. Underneath it goes foul on Stauffenberg. Under the basket, and that's 3 on Brennan. Coming into the game will be Washburn here in a minute.
He has 3 fouls as well.
And at the free throw line is Gilmore. They're calling him really close here in this game. Shot's not good. Stauffenberg comes out and Washburn comes in, both with 3 fouls. Gilmore at the line. Missed his first, got the second. So it's 41-36, a 5-point lead. Largest of the game by Worland. Down court, it's Lopez. Lopez all the way down, and what? We have an offensive foul for an elbow.
I didn't see that one at all.
Lopez picks up foul number 1. Or no, they called it on, Lopez, his 3rd foul, I'm sorry. Worland with the ball. Here's Dusanis on the outside, leading by 5. Underneath the basket, it goes to Gilmore. Shots blocked, not good. Here's Tissot Gwynna, down court to Kellen Donahue. Kellen under the basket, over to LeClaire. LeClaire can't shoot, to Lopez. Lopez at the baseline, over to LeClaire outside at the free throw line. On top to Tissot, 28 seconds to go. Lander might be going for the one shot here. Here's that number 2 play. 41-36, Worland leading by 5. Here's Gwynna, 15 seconds to go, hands it off to LeClaire. LeClaire, far side outside, back to Gwynna. Gwynna drives the baseline, puts the shot up, no, not good, goes out of bounds. It'll be Lander's ball with 1 2/10 seconds left. So Lander will have the last shot of the quarter, trailing by 5. LeClaire to take it out for the Tigers.
Get in.
Here's the inbounds pass to Gwynna. It's knocked away. Long pass by Worland. No, and that's the halftime. And the halftime score, Worland 36 and, Worland 41 and Lander 36. We'll be back after this.
A range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Okay, 5:25 to go here in the halftime. Lander trailing by 5. It's 41-36. Lander did have a couple of leads in that game. The last time was at 36-34, and then they were outscored 7-0 in the last stages of the first half, and it is a Worland lead. Brennan Stauffenberg has 3 fouls in the game along with Abe Lopez. But Stauffenberg has 15 points, including 2 trays. He's 3 for 6 at the line and has 3 field goals, 15 points. He's the lead scorer for Lander. Next up is Jace LeClaire with 5. He has, he has 7, I'm sorry. Let me make sure that's correct. So he has 7 points. And then Kellen Donahue with 4. On the other side, we've got one player in double figures is Carter Clark. He has 10 points with 5 of those points coming from the free throw line. Jory Anderson has 9 points. He has 1 tray, 2 field goals, 2 for 2. Brock Dusanis, 8 points, all from the field. Those are the leading scorers. And the Tigers can't let Worland get too far ahead here. They've been playing good basketball. Shots just haven't dropped at the right times.
Well, they've done a really good job keeping pace with Worland. Worland's always been a high-scoring team, and they like to run and gun. And when they get the opportunity to shoot the open three-point shots, they will most definitely take them, and more often than not, they will connect as one of the better three-point shooting teams in Class 3A. the Tigers done a real good job of keeping them from having a lot of outside opportunities. And the ones that they did have were more often than not, there was good closeout defense and there was good pressure. There was that really good three that went over the top of Tissot Gwynna by Jory Anderson that went in, but it was just really good defense by Tissot. And on the other end of the ball, Tigers doing a real good job of scoring in the paint, took advantage of the man-to-man defense, and struggled a little bit when they switched to zone, but it looked like Worland only went to 2-3 zone and 1 or 2 possessions defensively. Then they went back to the man defense, and overall just a couple of back-to-back bad plays by Stauffenberg and McClung that helped give Worland that 7-0 run at the end of the first half.
Yeah, the game is being called very tight. It's close on both sides, so there's no advantage either way. And now we have head Lander basketball coach for the girls team, Cyril Stauffenberg. And Coach, you get to see Lyman again tonight in the championship game.
Yep, but yeah, we're kind of seeing all the teams we played one time. We played Kemmerer once, we played Pinedale once, and we played Lyman once. So I guess we're going to play the other half of it.
Yeah, what's your message to the Lady Tigers tonight?
We really, obviously we celebrated not necessarily because of the Pinedale win. I mean, a win against Pinedale, the kids are pretty darn happy because you obviously qualified for state, and that's part of your process of reaching some of your goals. I think this game turned into a really huge game with what happened in the East yesterday because Newcastle got upset. So if we can come out here and perform and play tonight and win tonight, we'd be on the opposite side of the bracket as both Douglas and Newcastle as you head down to state. So I think this game here took on a more significant meaning because generally speaking, they might have been 1 and 2, and then one of them would have been on your side regardless. But
right.
So it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, it will be, and that's a 7 o'clock game tonight. So you've got the first of the 2 night games. And Lyman, what do you expect from them tonight?
They're kind of do a lot of everything. If there's anybody that's going to have some kind of junk defense, it'll be them. They kind of experiment with a lot of different 1-2-2. 2-3s, man-to-man. They'll come out and half-court press you, then they'll full-court press you. I've seen them triangling 2 people. They just seem to pull kind of, I don't say junk. I mean, it's strategy on their part. So you don't really know what to expect until you get out there. But I think the nice thing about it for us, like we've said in the past, we've got 5 pretty solid scorers out there, 6 with Friday off the bench. So you can go take a kid away, but you're going to have a hard time taking 5 away.
Yeah, that's right. And, of course, the 5th player that we lost was Layla Norris, but McFadden's come in a good place for her.
Yeah, we've used her athleticism mainly in a guard, just to go out there and get, we can put her in there, get a breather for somebody and rely on her just simply to go out there and guard somebody with her athleticism. So she's done a super job considering she hadn't played a varsity game until just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Well, Cyril, we'll be with you tonight at 6:45 airtime and 7 o'clock game time, the championship game of the 3A West Regional. Good luck, Coach.
All right, thanks, Ernie.
You betcha. Okay, Worland comes out of the locker room. They must have had some kind of conversation in there. There's only 10 seconds left before the end of the half. Coach Aaron Abel kept them in till the very last minute. And now we'll get the second half started here. Lander trailing by 5, 41-36, and Worland will have the ball. They'll be moving from left to right on the floor here at Powell High School. And the officials are ready to go. All the Worland players are now in and sitting down. They came out very, very late. So let's see what the Warriors talked about at halftime. Here's the inbounds pass to Gonzalez. Gonzalez still with that wad of paper in his nose. On the near side, it goes to Wyman. Wyman's shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Gwynna for the Tigers. Tissot comes down into the timeline. In the corner, Jace LeClaire. LeClaire has a lane, puts it up and in. Jace LeClaire saw that opening and went ahead and took it, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, great move inside, driving to his left, had a little bit of the body adjustment, but put it off glass and in.
Here is Carter Clark. On the far side it goes Gonzalez. Back underneath Dusanis. He misses a tip, but he gets the second one, 43-38. Back up to a 5-point lead, and Dusanis now with 10 points in the game. Here's Jace LeClaire has the ball knocked away. A turnover, Lander, their 5th of the game, and Worland comes back down. Here's Clark. Clark with the ball high above his head on the near side. Jory Anderson. Jory on the right wing moves it on top of the key to Gonzalez. He's got a wide open lane off the glass and one. So Gonzalez scores. He has 6 points now, and the personal foul is going to go against the Tigers' Jace LeClaire, his second. Now going for the three-point play is Gonzalez, and it's 45-38. And he makes the free throw for the three-point play, and he now has 7 in the game, and it's an 8-point lead, largest of the game for Worland. Tigers can't let it get away here. They've got to respond and score. Full court pressure now by the Worland Warriors, and there's a steal. Steal underneath the basket and knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Lander. Clark couldn't control it. Well, that's a good break for the Tigers.
Definitely a lucky break for the Tigers. Stauffenberg picked up his dribble too soon there, trying to break the full court press, and threw it right into the midst of the Worland defenders.
Stauffenberg over to Gwynna, still in the backcourt. Long outlet pass comes down to Jace LeClaire on top of the key, and he loses the basketball. Lost his focus. Worland just took it away from him. In the corner, it's Jory Anderson. Anderson drives the baseline underneath and scores.
That time Jory saw a little bit of an opening between the Tiger defender and the baseline. He put it up and in for 2, and that's going to cause Coach Stu Mullins to take a timeout. Full timeout. We'll be back after this.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
6:11 to go, period 3. Worland has outscored Lander 7-2 here in this period, and they're up by 10, 48-38. Tigers don't dare let it get much higher than that if they want to get a comeback against this great Worland team. Here we go. Jace LeClaire over to Tissot Gwynna. Gwynna drives in the middle of the lane, does a 360, kicks it out to Donahue for 3. Kellen Donahue for 3.
That's exactly what the Tigers needed there. Tissot drove inside. Everybody collapsed on him. Donahue was open on top of the arc.
DeSantis underneath to Gonzalez. His shot is up, off, not good. Tissot Gwynna had the rebound for a second. It goes off. Clark goes up for 2. Carter Clark now with 12 points, 50-41, 9-point lead. Here's Stauffenberg. Oh, a lazy pass is intercepted by Clark, and we have a foul now being called on the Tigers. Tissot Gwynna trying to get the ball back, his second. That's the 8th turnover by the Tigers.
And that time after the whistle blew, Tissot started clapping his hands in frustration, trying to tell his teams to pump it up.
Okay, here we go. It's Carter Clark. Clark comes down on the right-hand wing off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez drives the baseline, or drives the paint off to Clark for 3. No. Rebound by Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg, long pass again is intercepted. Another turnover by the Tigers. And the ball is still in the backcourt. And Clark has it. Tigers are killing themselves with these bad passes. Second in a row. Okay, here's Clark over to Gonzalez. 9-point lead. Gonzalez to Jory Anderson. Anderson at the baseline, almost stepped out of bounds to Gonzalez. Gonzalez in the paint, kicks it over far side DeSantis. DeSantis launches a 3. It's long, not good. Rebound by Jory Anderson for Worland. He puts it up, got it.
That time Tigers had nobody set inside for the box out. Anderson was able to move all the way from the baseline up to the arc with the open three.
53-41, 12-point lead now by Worland. Here's Tissot Gwynna. He has a lane, scores.
And right now for the Tigers, Tissot needs to have that leadership mentality. He needs to take over and put his teammates on his back at this point.
10-point lead by the Worland Warriors. Here's Clark. Clark on the right side, off to Gonzalez. Far side, Dusenis. In the corner, Anderson. Anderson against Gwynna, in the middle to Clark. Back to Jory Anderson for three. No! Rebounded by Stauffenberg, and he protects the ball. Kicks it over to Gwynna. Over to LeClaire. LeClaire for three. It's not good. Rebounded by Gwynna for Lander. Tigers have the ball, trailing by 10. Tissot out on top. Now he goes to the right-hand side very slowly. Picks up the pace now, gives it off to Lopez. On top, Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg with the ball, back to Gwynna. Far side outside. On top, Stauffenberg. Now LeClaire. LeClaire has it right on top of the arc to Stauffenberg. He makes a move to the basket. Whistle.
No!
Oh, and an offensive foul is called against Brennan Stauffenberg as he went to the basket. Well, that's number 4 on Stauffenberg. And coming in now, we have Carter Ayers and Bennett Washburn. Stauffenberg comes out with 4, and Lopez comes out with 4. There's the inbounds pass by Worland. 53-43, Warriors lead by 10. 3 minutes to go. Here's Clark all the way down, puts it off the glass and rolls off, not good. Washburn for the rebound, down court to LeClaire. LeClaire in the lane, puts it up, and no good. Rebound by Donahue, and he gets it.
That should have been a goaltending. That should have been a foul. Nothing was called. No harm, no foul, I guess. Tigers still get 2 points.
2:44 to go, 53-45, Worland by 8 now. Tigers need a defensive stop. Here's Dusenis. Dusenis in the lane, underneath the basket. No, he gets his own rebound. Whistle. And they're calling a foul on Donahue. I didn't see that one.
No.
But third foul on Donahue. I guess when you have 22 wins, you get the benefit of the calls. There's the inbounds pass. Shot is up off, no good. And we have a foul on Worland. How about that? Brock Dusenis gets the personal foul, his first.
I'll call that a makeup call.
Sure seemed like it.
Yeah, definitely.
2:29 to go, 53-45. Tigers trail by 8. There's the inbounds pass to Gwynna. Gwynna coming down. He's hassled all the way down the court. No foul. Down to Dusenis underneath on the fast break, and he scores. And it goes 55-45. Here's Washburn. Washburn to Gwynna. Gwynna with the basketball at the free throw line. And a foul is going to be called on Worland for a reach-in off Tissot. And it goes against Weber, his second. Gonzalez coming in now. Coming out of the game is Carter Clark. Chase LeClaire coming out. Carter Ayers coming in. 2:02 to go. A 10-point game, third quarter. Here's the inbounds pass to Donahue, far corner outside. On top now to Lopez. Lopez makes a move at the free throw line to Washburn. Washburn over to Ayers. Ayers hasn't seen a lot of playing time in this tournament. But with Brennan on the bench with 4, we've got to get some other players out there. Here's the Gwynna to Washburn. Washburn, ball high above his head, back to Gwynna. Gwynna drives the baseline, stops. Oh, he's knocked to the ground. No foul is called. Outlet pass goes down court to Weber. Weber under the basket, falls down, and the ball goes in. Boy, that you can tell you when the luck's with you when that happens. Abe Lopez to take the ball out. It was knocked out by Worland. A minute 20 to go, 57-45. There's the inbounds pass to Gwynna. Gwynna down court. Off to Carter Ayers. Ayers on top. Donahue now. Donahue moves to the right side, loses the basketball. Another turnover, the 10th for the Tigers, to Jory Anderson. Underneath for no, not good. Rebound goes to Anderson. He's in the middle of the lane. He traveled, no call. A 3-ball up, not good. Rebounded by Tissot-Gwina. Outlet to Lopez. 2-on-2 in the corner. Washburn, actually it was a 3-on-2 to Ayers, to Donahue. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll go to Worland. 40 seconds to go. 57-45, 12-point lead by the Worland Warriors. Very talented team, Josh. Not to take anything away from Worland, but Lander's not getting any breaks in this one.
No, definitely not. They're playing it, they're calling it tight and mostly against the Tigers.
Gonzalez underneath Dusanis for 2. Nice give and go, Dusanis, and it goes 59-45. Tigers can't fall too far behind. Ayers underneath is rejected, and they're going to call a foul on Anderson, and Anderson just explodes against the official.
How is that not a technical?
Boy, I don't know.
I read at least 2 words out of his mouth that should not be said by a high schooler.
Carter Ayers at the free throw line. Anderson comes over to his coach. Shot's good by Carter. He gets 1, 46. They don't take him out of the game. Now they do. Carter Ayers' next shot coming up. And that one's good. 47-59. 12-point margin. We're down to the last 7 seconds of the first half. Down court. Shots up, off, not good. Tip is not good. And no foul is called there, surprisingly. And at the end of 3 periods of play, Worland 59 and Lander 47. Back after this.
It may be winter, but some days it kind of feels like spring. Makes you want to go for a drive, kick a few tires, and see all the latest cars and trucks up at Frontline Motors. Frontline Motors has a wide selection of quality used vehicles, from cars to SUVs to trucks, and they're all priced to move. One of them is right for you. Is your next car or truck waiting at Frontline Motors? There's only one way to find out. Drive up Airport Road, take a test drive, and make it yours. Then join the hundreds of other folks who say, I got mine at Frontline. Frontline Motors.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Worland got upset last night by Powell at a 10-point margin in a gymnasium filled full of Powell Panthers fans, and they're not pleased with that. Only their second loss of the year, and the Tigers are behind by 12. They've got to get some offense going here. Washburn with the ball travel.
Yep.
That is 11th turnover. I have 11-1 turnovers. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah,
the big Tigers have had a lot of unforced errors here in the beginning of the second half, and that's the reason why Worland has extended that lead double digits.
Washburn comes out of the game. Coming in is Kyson McClung for the Tigers. Jory Anderson, after that tirade, is back on the floor. Here comes the Carter Clark. Here comes Carter Clark off to Jory Anderson. Anderson at the free throw line underneath to Gonzalez. Shot's good, and he gets one more on the foul. And the foul's on Kyson. McClung is third. At the free throw line is Gonzalez, and he has 7 points now. Carter Ayers comes out of the game. Gonzalez going for the three-point play, 61-47, and the shot is missed. Stauffenberg back in the game, and he gets the rebound. Down court, Comes Guina off to Stauffenberg on top. Over to the right side. Lopez to Guina. Outside on the left wing. Tissot moves down halfway between the two lines. Now comes back at the free throw line in the middle of the lane. He's stripped and fouled. Cade Weber gets his third foul. And not a shooting foul, so Tissot will take it out of bounds. The fourth team foul against Worland. There's the inbounds to Stauffenberg. Turnaround jump shot, rolls off, not good. Rebound pulled down by Wyman. Wyman down to Gonzalez. Loser of this game has their season come to an end. The winner goes to state and plays for third. Here's Cade Weber on top of the key. Bounce pass, almost intercepted by Donahue. All the way down to the baseline. Shots up and in off the glass. Holy cow, what a shot by Carter Clark.
That was a great shot.
He now has 14 points. 63-47. Here's Tissot. Tissot in the middle of the lane, drives, puts a shot up. It's good. Tissot Guina for two. He now has 10 in the game. 63-57, or 49, I'm sorry. 49, what was that thinking? I wished it was 57. Here's 49, shot is up, circus shot. Goes in by Gonzalez. Gonzalez now in the basket, where in the heck is he? Here he is, has 9 points. Shot from the corner by McClung, not good. Rebounded by Worland. 6 minutes to go in the game, and this one's slipping away from the Tigers, Josh.
Yeah, they're having a real hard time trying to recover after that big scoring outburst by Worland in the third quarter after those turnovers.
Here we go, Weber. Weber on the outside, on top of the key, goes to Clark. Clark on the near side, goes all the way across, hands it off to Anderson. Anderson stops 7 feet out, gives it off to Clark, to Weber. Weber off the glass and in.
It looks like Worland's going to call a timeout, so we'll go ahead and take it with them. Full timeout. We'll be back after this.
And Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
16-point lead now, 67-49. Worland with the lead. And the Tigers, if they don't rally soon, their season's going to come to a close. It's been a great season for the Tigers. They started the season with no starters back from last year. It was a whole new team. And they've won 10 games this year. And against this top-flight Worland team, they let them get too far ahead. And it's almost too late. Now 5.5 minutes to go, 16-point lead. Here's Tissot in the lane, shot, good.
That time Tissot did his best washing machine impression, spin around about 2 or 3 times, split the defense, put it up and in for 2.
Yeah, we have to make sure that he's got the detergent in there to be a little slippery. Whistle, right. And Dusanis steps out of bounds. Well, that's only Worland's second turnover all game. 5:07 to go in the contest, 67-51. Tigers need a bunch of points in a hurry. Here's Guina. Tissot brings it down across the timeline. On top of the arc, calling play number 1. Tissot on the near side at the baseline. Can't shoot off to Donahue, who does. It's an air ball. So Worland will get the ball. 4:50 to go, 67-51. Here's Anderson. Kicks it in to Carter Clark in the corner. Dusanis far side. On top to Gonzalez. Back now to Jory Anderson. Anderson to Gonzalez. Gonzalez drives, has an open lane and scores.
Yeah, that time Gonzalez saw that it was one-on-one against Donahue, saw there's nobody down low in the key, put it up and in for the easy layup. He's got 13 points.
69-51. There's a steal by Worland all the way down. Clark loses the ball out of bounds. Oh, they say Gwino touched it last. That's probably why it flew out of bounds. So Worland will have it underneath the Tiger basket with 4:13 to go. We're almost halfway through the final period. Here's the inbounds pass to Dusanis. He launches a three. Not good. Rebound is on the ground. Dusanis underneath to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is fouled. And the foul was on the floor. Basket will not count. Basket foul goes against Donahue. That's his fourth.
So he's got 4 fouls, and Stauffenberg has 4 fouls for the Tigers.
Here's Jory Anderson on top of the key. 4 minutes to go in the game. 69-51. Here's Anderson's got a lane, puts it up and in.
Jory Anderson using his speed and athleticism as Stauffenberg has another turnover on the inbound pass.
Underneath, Gonzalez for 2. Well, this one's slipping away from the Tigers. 73-51. Timeout by Stu Mullins. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. A 22-point lead by Worland.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Back again in Powell, 73-51. Worland has the lead with 3:40 to go. Unless a miracle happens here, the Tiger season's going to come to an end. They just could not contain this very powerful Worland offense, Josh.
Yeah, they kept pace with them in the first half, and the big thing was Tigers doing a real good job of having good ball security. Here in the second half, there's been a few passes by Brendan Stauffenberg and a couple of unforced errors by Kason McClung, and that's why Worland is now up by over 20.
13 turnovers for Lander to 2 for Worland. Tissot Aguena with another 2 on a drive inside the lane. He now has 14 points, and it's a 20-point game, 73-53. And a travel, that's only the 3rd turnover of the game by Worland. Lander will have it, 3:21 to go. They're down by 20, 73-53. Worland's won the first 2 games between these two teams, although the Tigers got a little bit better the second time around. And there's a shot up by Tanner Bird that goes in, and he's fouled. Tanner Bird with his first points of the game, and he'll go for 3. And the personal foul goes against, who to go against? 11. Cade Weber. Shot is up, off, not good. Rebounded by Weber. He gives it off to Clark. 3:10 to go now to Gonzalez. To Clark. Clark down underneath the basket to Wyman, who hasn't played since the first quarter. Off to Gonzalez. In the corner it goes to Weber. On top, well, Worland's running some clock now, Josh. They're going to keep the ball away from Lander as long as possible, leading by 18 points. Here's Clark in the corner. Goes over to Wyman. Wyman all the way across the court to Gonzalez. And a whistle foul on Kellen Donahue, and that'll be 5 on Kellen.
Yep, I was going to say, I think that's his last foul, and it will be. It's 17th foul as well So that puts Worland in the 1-in bonus.
And that's 5 on Kellen, and he fouls out of the game with 2:39 to go, having scored 9 points.
What's going on here?
Well, the officials at the official scorers table. And Coach Stu Mullins taking his time with a replacement.
I think they're not sure that he has 5 or not. But right now they've got the 30-second timeout clock going down on the scoreboard.
Well, we've got him with 5 fouls. The official scorer has him with 5 fouls.
And the scoreboard has him with 4, and they hadn't changed it yet.
Yeah. So Donahue comes out. He's not happy. He's saying, I don't have 5 fouls, but 2 scorebooks did. So going to the line is Gonzalez. Gonzalez has 9, 11, 13 points, and it stays that way. Rebound by Bird over to LeClaire. Whistle. LeClaire stepped out of bounds, so it'll be Worland's ball. 2.5 minutes to go in this one, 73-55, 18-point lead by Worland. And the Warriors will advance to the 3rd and 4th place game after being upset last night by Powell. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes over to Weber, to Clark, to Gonzalez. They're doing a little weave here. Run some time in the corner underneath Weber in the lane. Back out to Gonzalez, and a foul on Jace LeClaire. His 3rd. 8th foul against the Tigers. So Gonzalez goes to the free throw line. He's only 1 for 3 tonight. And of course he makes that one. 2 for 4. 74-55. Next shot up and good. So he's got both of them, and it's 75-55, a 20-point lead. Here's Tisso Gwynna. Tisso across the key in the corner. Tanner Bird for 3. It's an air ball out of bounds off Worland. Lander will have it under the Worland basket with 2 minutes to go.
That time Bird was a little bit too pumped, saw that he was open in the corner, and shot it from distance as if he was at the top of the key.
Right. Here's Lopez to inbound it for the Tigers into Tisso Gwynna. His shot is a little bit long, not good. And the rebound goes to Worland. Carter Clark has it after a nice save by Cade Weber. Here's Gonzalez bringing it down, 1:50 to go. Tigers will end the season with a 10-win, 13-loss record. 3-2 in conference. There's a shot up off, not good by Worland. Rebounded by Tisso Gwynna quickly down the court. Gwynna all the way down, puts up a shot. No, not good. Rebounded by Tanner Bird, and they're going to call a jump ball, and it'll go to Worland on the alternating possession.
Good hustle there by Tanner Bird. Was able to get his mitts around the ball. Worland player was able to get inside there as well. Looked like Bird was about to throw him onto the ground just the way they were positioned. And the Worland will have the ball here.
90 seconds to go. Worland brings it down. Dusanis all the way under the basket. They're not going to try to score here. They're just going to run clock with 1:20. Clark on the far side. Lopez comes up to meet him. Now it goes over to Gonzalez. LeClaire is on him. Underneath the basket. Goes out, knocked out. No, saved in bounds. And we've got 1 minute and 4 seconds to go, and there's a foul on LeClaire, and that'll be his 4th.
And Jace LeClaire has had one of his better offensive outputs in this contest. He had a 3 and some good inside shots, finishes with 9 points. He comes out as this will be his final high school game. McClung comes in to replace him. Good ovation here by the Tiger faithful.
And a big hug from Coach Stu Mullins and from Colin Wheeler. And now the Worland starting 5 comes out. And the JV comes in. Here comes Bryce Denton for the Tigers. 63 seconds to go. Gonzalez at the line. Shot's not good. He missed both of them. So Gonzalez 0-0. Down court. Bryce Denton for three! That was McClung.
Yep.
Yeah, that was McClung.
Denton still waiting to check in, but still a good shot by McClung.
Yeah, McClung. I thought that was Bryce there, but it wasn't, obviously. 43 seconds to go. Whistle, foul on Tanner Bird.
That's only his first foul.
I'm so used to Bryce being in that corner.
Right, exactly.
He's still waiting to come in.
That's the 10th team foul against the Tigers. Worland will go to line with the double bonus. 41 seconds left.
Owen Page misses. Oh, no, he missed. That's not a good one. It was 0. Okay, now Bryce Denton is in for Tisselguina, and the Tigers get a standing ovation from their faithful who are gathered here today. Already seeing some tears on the Lander sideline. Their season comes to an end. Coming into the game now, Parker Sixby, coming out Tanner Bird. Tiger fans applauding the Tigers. The Tigers on the sideline, not a very happy moment for them. Their shot is up and off, not good. Rebound, 38 seconds to go. Whistle, foul on Parker Sixby.
And for this Tiger team, out of all those starters and players that just came out, the only one you'll see returning is Brennan Stauffenberg.
Yep. Stauffenberg, a junior. The others are seniors. There's the shot up and not good. Up and not good by Tyler Swalstead. He hasn't scored. 35 seconds to go, 76 to 58. Tigers come down. McClung off to Lopez. 25 seconds to go. Lopez has the lane, lays it up and in. Abe Lopez now has 4 points in the game, and it's 76-60. 15 seconds to go. Gonzalez off to Rulas. They're playing catch on top. 6 seconds to go.
I don't think that one was tipped. Nope.
And there's the end of the game. Final score, Worland Warriors 76, the Lander Tigers 60. Lander's season comes to an end, and Worland will move on now to play in the 3rd and 4th place game and will qualify for state tournament. Lander ends their season at a 10-13 record. Worland improves to 23-2. No shame in the loss for the Tigers. They just got caught by a very good basketball team this afternoon in the Worland Warriors. I still don't know how Powell beat these guys last night, but they did.
Yeah. Must have been one heck of a home court advantage. Either that or Worland was a little bit tired coming in, having to wait all day to play at 8:30 last night. But give it to the Panthers. They came in, they surprised them, they took advantage of the home court, and were able to get themselves qualified for state and have the potential to win the 3A West Boys Regional Championship. And for the Tigers, they came in, the first half was outstanding. They had really good defense. Well, I guess there wasn't a lot of defense by either team, as there was over 20 points scored by each team in the first quarter. But Tigers did a real good job keeping pace with the Warriors, going score for score, blow for blow. And then second half, Tigers just having a hard time with ball security and just a bunch of unforced errors on passes. And that'll be the one that does it. I mean, you're saying that Worland had like 10 less turnovers than the Tigers did. A lot of those came in the second half. Just one of those that the name of the game is ball security. No matter what sport you're in, whether it's football or basketball, you lose the turnover battle, and more often than not, you're going to lose the game as well.
Well, the Tigers' season comes to an end with 10 wins, 13 losses. They were 4-2 in the Northwest Quadrant. They defeated Lovell in this tournament, but lost 2 games And in a double elimination tournament, that means your season is done. But we're not done yet. We have the Lady Tigers are playing for the championship at 7 o'clock tonight against the Lyman Eagles. So we'll be back on the air here on KFCW and YO Today YouTube with that game. They've got us blocked on Facebook here, so we haven't been able to do those games on Facebook. So the final score again was Worland 76, Lander 60. Worland advances and Lander's season comes to an end. We'll be back with our wrap-up right after this.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
Do another one. Oh. Okay, our final score, Worland 76 and Lander 60. Our Click It and Ticket postgame show now. Let's take a look at the Tigers scoring. Had two players in double figures. Brendan Stauffenberg got in foul trouble in that first half. He had 15 points in the first half. He did not score in the second half. Ended the game with 15 points. Tisso Gwena had 6 points in the first half. And he ended up the game with 14 points, scoring 8 points in the second half, 6 of those in the fourth quarter. Just missing double figures, Jace LeClaire, who fouled out of the game, had a total of 9 points. Kellen Donahue, who fouled out, had 9 points. 4 points tonight by Abe Lopez, 2 points for Carter Ayers. And for the Worland Warriors, they were led in scoring by Jory Anderson, who ended up with 16. That's 6 points above his average. Carter Clark had 14. That's 1 point under his average. Brock Dusanis had 14. That's 2 points above his average. Cade Weber finished the game with 8 points. We had 2 points by Coulter Wyman and 1 point by Landon Gilmore. So the Worland Warriors move on, and they will play the Lyman Eagles for third place here in the regional tournament in Powell. And tonight's championship game will be the Kemmer Rangers against the homestanding Powell Panthers. That ought to pack them in here again tonight. Kemmer, the surprise team of this tournament, making their way all the way to the finals. Of course, they beat Lander in the first game in a pretty tight game for the Tigers. But Kemmer going for the championship. They've qualified for state. Player of the game.
Player game, I'll give it to Tisso Gwena. He did a real good job defensively, getting a couple steals and some good assists, and kind of took charge there for the Tigers in the second half. It's one thing we mentioned that we wanted him to do pretty much all year. We knew that he had the best shot and had the tenacity to be not only the senior leader but just the leader for the team overall. He kind of took that in the second half. He started to get kind of frustrated. Tigers losing their grip. Tried to put the team on his back and do what he can. We saw that he left it all on the court when he had the long embrace with Coach Stu Mullins. You definitely could tell there was some tears coming out of his eyes. He was being emotional, realizing that this is going to be his last high school game.
Well, there were quite a few tears on the Tiger bench as their season comes to an end here in Powell. But the Lady Tigers are going to state. They will play for the regional championship tonight. We'll have that game on KFCW and on YO Today YouTube. Airtime will be about 6:45, and the game is slated to begin at 7. So it'll be a late night ride home for the Lady Tigers. Hopefully they'll bring a nice shiny trophy with them that says number 1 on it, but we'll wait and see. And that is it for us. Stu Mullins apparently is not going to join us here after the game. He's probably having words with his team, and I don't blame him. This is what a coach should do after an end of a season loss. On behalf of Josh Henninger, this is Ernie Overs, and also thanking Kirk Baxter back at the studio and our sports club sponsors for allowing us to do these games, and to Wind River Radio Network General Manager Kevin Shields for allowing us to travel here and be with the Tigers. That's it. Our final score again was Worland 76, Lander 60. Lander's season comes to an end. The Tiger girls in the championship game tonight, and we'll be back with that one about 6:45. Until then, be safe, drive carefully, and we'll see you on the radio at 6:45.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here.